Today we're going to talk about a new launch of our 2 1/4 door program. This is in addition to the outswing that we've already launched over the last couple of years. This is our 2 1/4 in-swing metal clad door, a complete new ground up redesign of our terrace door line with a 2 1/4 panel. What you will find first off when you look at it is the thickness of the panel being 2 1/4. You'll also see what we've talked about in various times is the fact that we use laminations in an engineered core, so that the structure of the door panel itself is an engineered core for durability, longevity, minimal opportunities for changing shape or warping. You'll also see the thick vertical grain Douglas fir skin that's applied to the visible room surface so that you never see any of that engineered core within the finished door. So you'll never see a visible finger joint, you'll never see a visible lamination in the door in the closed position. This one is set up with square glazing stops as one of our options. We offer square, putty, and OG profile, all at the same price. It's just a matter of picking and choosing what best suits your design. This one we're highlighting our narrow style and rail. So by that I mean our dimension of our vertical stiles and our top rail is 3 inches and our bottom rail is 4 5/16. We also do a standard terrace door where you would have this same dimension 4 5/16 at your stile and top rail, and your bottom rail will be taller at 7 7/8, giving you more of a traditional appearance, whereas this is giving you a more modern or contemporary appearance. This one is also set up with triple glazing, so you'll see the true 1/2 inch airspace that we do on all of our awnings, casements, direct sets, as well as in our 2 1/4 swinging door. The fact that we use a thick 2 1/4 panel lets us show off our true 1/2 inch airspace, being the optimal airspace when using argon gas combined with low E coatings. We also will do standard double glazing. Again, 1/2 inch airspace, optimal airspace. The only difference is that gives you a different step, a different reveal on the interior. Same glazing stops, but being that your sealed unit is narrower, you do have more of a step, more of a reveal on that same 2 1/4 panel. Again, with everything else that we do is heavy extruded aluminum in all of our ALMA 2605 paint finishes or anodized finishes. And to complement that is also our stile and rail joinery. Again, being a metal clad unit, we're very conscious of using traditional millwork details that you would see on a wood product in our metal clad line. So that's where the use of the vertical stile and rail joint is in keeping with that correct architectural detail. For joinery, everything is a blind tenon. So when we join our stiles to our rails, everything is hidden. So it's that very secure, traditional millwork type of a detail using a blind tenon. What you will also find that is very different with our 2 1/4 door line compared to others that you'll find in the industry is the fact that we have moved the weather stripping off the frame. So traditionally your weather strip is in your rabbet going around the perimeter of the door. What we have done is remove that away. We have created an actual rabbet in the panel and put the weather stripping to the panel. So think of a refrigerator door, has a continuous weather strip 4 sides around that swinging door on the refrigerator. It's the same principle here. You've got a continuous 1-piece weather strip going around that rabbet around the perimeter of the door panel. So common sense would then say the fewer joints you have in your weather strip, the less the opportunity is for water penetration or air leakage. So that's what we achieve by going to a single weather strip in a rabbet applied to the panel as opposed to being applied to the frame. So that is something unique and distinctive to how we do our clad or our 2 1/4 door panels, is by moving that weather strip location and by creating a rabbeted panel rather than the traditional square edged panel. What you'll also will find on this particular unit, being an in-swing unit, is the type of a sill detail. So we have an extruded aluminum sill, and then what we do is we have a thermal break of a polyamide material that separates the warm and the cold sides of this door sill. So that gives us superior durability as also superior thermal efficiencies with no cold from the exterior being drawn to the warm side. Being that it's an aluminum substrate in our sill, there is not a wood substrate. It's also a drainage system. So what we have applied to the sill is a splash guard. So any incidental wind-driven rain that could splash against the door panel is protected from the weather stripping line by this splash guard. Now this splash guard is also drainable. If any water could get past the splash guard, it can drain out through a series of vents directly below and then surface drain to the exterior. In the event that any water could get past that point, the entire sill is a drain system. So the polyamide has drain ports, and every section is also drained, so the final exit is out the exterior below your sill nosing. With the ball valves that are inserted in here, that wind-driven rain and the positive and negative pressures, it will stop water from being driven back to it, but still allow water to drain out through the nosing to the exterior to give best performance for water protection. Weather stripping gives you best performance for air infiltration.